We are live 364 days a year.
What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How do you not get fishy after Monday Night Raw?
Welcome to Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast, a show where a rotating cast of wrestling fans from around the world come and share and debate their opinions, with live comments from all of you shown throughout, as after all, fans are what makes wrestling so special. So sit back, grab a beverage, and enjoy the show.
What's going on, everybody? We're back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast. It is Thursday, February 22nd. We're breaking down Dynamite as we always do. On a Thursday, DCX Warlord here in the comments already with Let's Ignite the Fuse for this AEW Dynamite review, no doubt about it. And of course, I have a sweet crew hanging with me. Let me introduce them to you. First and foremost, I'm going to keep this on the West Coast. Some would say the best coast, who knows? But I'm going to send this one to All Elite Mary. How are you doing? Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. It is a sunny day over here in the beautiful state of California. 90 degrees. What are we doing?
Yeah, how did this happen?
I'm sweating just sitting here, but we good. We're igniting the fuse and we're gonna light this Dynamite review. Let's get
Absolutely. I have a hoodie on legitimately only because I overran my fan. But if I went outside, I would have to change clothes, Mary. It's wild. It feels like summer suddenly. But before we get started, of course, we've also got all the way across the country a man that owns a college. Aunt who? Aunt you. What's going on? Happy Thursday, my friend.
Man, we running it back. I was here yesterday. I'm here again today. I'm excited to be here. I just want to let everybody know that's here, that watches the shows regularly. I'm happy to be on this Ignite the Fuse AEW Dynamite review. But to everybody but when Ben does the reels, everybody that says that, you know, I'm a WWE fanboy and I don't like AEW. Well, you know what, man? Like you're gonna get your comeuppance today, because I thought AEW was a great show last night, top to bottom. And here we go. Let's talk about it.
In the words of the great Rick Ross, and you know, those are just accusations, false accusations.
Don't compare me to Rick Ross. I mean,
No, I'm not comparing you to Rick Ross. I just was saying they're false accusations. False accusations, Aunt. We've got Let's Go All Elite Mary in the comments here from Adrian Padilla. We've got What's Good WR Crew, and of course the originator of It's Time to Light the Fuse and Ignite the Dynamite review, friend of the show, Fernando Zayas. No doubt Dynamite was fire. It's also National Chili Day, WR Crew, and everyone. Monster shout out, Zach. National Chili Day. I might have to dabble with that. I wish it wasn't so hot out here in SoCal. But speaking of heat, we had an interesting opening match last night. Not really match, promo segment. I'm sorry. Woof. I really whiffed that one there, guys. Let's try that again. Max and Hangman did a scene out of an old school Western yesterday, and I kind of dug that. A double-sided coin, did not have that on my bingo card for the evening, and I think it was hilarious. Hangman's facial expressions, I almost wish they would have actually given it a little bit more time to show that it was a rigged coin before Tony Khan gave the scoop to Tony Schiavone. That might be my only complaint, but I love the way that this segment was laid out. Nearly the stipulation changes. Texas Death had been suggested but not made official. I thought that this was a better promo segment than sort of what I've heard this morning from other people. But Mary, I do want to get your thoughts. Did you think it was well executed? And at the end of the day, though, we did the right thing. The main event of Revolution should be Texas Death, Max and Hangman. Am I wrong?
1000% should be Texas Death Match. That match alone should main event anything, any pay-per-view. But as far as for the segment between MJF and Hangman, I thought it was absolutely hilarious. It was entertaining only just to see them go at each other, mic-wise, promo-wise. But then when MJF, good old little MJF with the funny little coin, the little Monopoly coin, we all saw it. And it was hilarious how Hangman reacted to it and just said, Max, give me the coin. Just stop it. What are you doing? Like, and then when he goes to flee, we see the gang jet speed, and then we see Bandito, Brody King pull up. It was really executed well. I thought it was very just overall just entertaining. I was like, okay, we're watching like an old school cowboy movie from back then. You know, we have the gang pulled up to help the main cowboy. I dug it. I dug the whole thing.
Yeah, it did feel like a scene out of a Western, and it really actually, I think, fit Hangman almost better than MJF. MJF played his role.
No, he did
Very well, right? Being slimy and everything, but this one totally fit the Hangman Page aesthetic. I think that's like the most, or my biggest takeaway coming out of this was like, hang on, this is, I think back to even, you talk about Stadium Stampede at the early days of AEW, Hangman riding the horse out, right? Like this just fits the Hangman character in a way that's really cool. We've got a few comments here that I want to read. Pedro the Fifth with, to be real, I wanted a dog collar match. I would have been fine with that. That's fine too. I'm cool with where we ended up. I would love if someone pulled out an Uno reverse during Evan Allen Purgatory from D6 Warlord. I had to read that. That just made me laugh. That's so good. And then it should have been a bottomless mimosa match. Say ye in the comments here with this much seems so predictable, and I would not have done the whole taking myself out of the world title picture from Hangman. I don't think it's that predictable, to be honest. I think it could actually go either way. We've also got Sonny Marks with, I look at this differently. MJF is most dangerous when he thinks his BBB is in jeopardy. Yep. I think that's true. That is a great point. And I got to get your thoughts on it, though, because this segment was interesting. I felt like we were already comfortable with the fact that it was going to be Texas Death. I liked the little bit of a semi-swerve, and now it's official. And I liked the idea of Tony Khan not having to appear on screen, but the timing was odd. Did you have any other issue?
No. So I love the maturation of MJF. Every single time MJF gets the title belt, his character grows, and you don't think it can, but he continues to just do great work every single time he's on the screen. And pulling out the double-sided coin is just, I mean, there's nothing slimier, there's nothing more heelish, and you don't have true heels anymore. So MJF doing things like that just make it fun to watch wrestling. And doing it to Hangman, who is everybody's favorite. Everybody loves Hangman. Everybody wants Hangman to be, the quintessential Cody Rhodes of AEW and be the poster child and do everything right, but have that little bit of edge to him. And I'm just going to take it from you, and I'm going to give you everything wrong. And he's like, no, you're being underhanded, and I can prove it. Let me see that coin. Nope. No, no, I already flipped it. I called it. I'm out of here. I'll catch you later. And just like Cody Rhodes, here comes the crew to help him out and call out MJF, Yeah. So it was fun to see. It was fun to see that the powers of good overcame the powers of bad in the old school way of heel versus face in a new school flair. I love the character work that's going on in AEW right now with that, because everyone has a different story they're telling, but they're telling it perfectly, and everything's syncing up. Remember the old ad lib books where it's like, give me an adjective, give me a noun. That's what everyone's doing, and they're creating their story like that. And I'm super fan of it.
I am too. And I think the key here is it really honors the Hangman character. The comparison you made to Cody Rhodes, I find it interesting. With Hangman's arc, since he's been in AEW, you look at the interactions with Kenny Omega, the tag team run that they had together, and then leading to the title win, him saving the company and showing the title for the first time at All In last year, all of that. Hangman might be more likable than Cody in a lot of ways.
Yes. Fully.
He's got that, like, the Hangman shows a level of vulnerability that since Cody has finished his story, he is a Vautech guy too. He is a hokey. But the at the end of the day, since Cody's finished his story, he doesn't show the same level of vulnerability he used to. Hangman might be the best of any babyface going right now in any major company of showing vulnerability, but still being confident. And that's what makes him so likable. Psychologically, the brilliance of Hangman's work, I think, is lost upon a lot of people, right? Oftentimes, he shows that he is, you can expose him, right? MJF almost got him last night, right? But then he gave you like that really likable where you're like, come on, Hangman, there's got to be some sort of out on this, right? And he's like, no, show me the quarter. And I think the brilliance of that is lost sometimes. Yeah. This is a great comparison here. Hangman has what Dusty Rhodes had as a lovable character. Yeah. There's a level of everyman. It's not that he's not confident, right? He is confident, but he shows his vulnerability in a way on screen that is really hard to execute. Because even John Cena, who I would argue is one of the greatest babyfaces of all time, you had a 20-year plus babyface run. That's pretty much untouchable, right? But even John Cena got to a point where there was less vulnerability. We knew it was Super Cena that you would see, right? We weren't as afraid of. Hangman gives you that fear of he might lose it this time. And then what do we do? Right? Then what do we do if he loses this one to MJF? And he sets these matches up pretty perfectly in that way. I think it's an underappreciated skill that Page really has. Also, going toe-to-toe with MJF on the mic is not easy, right? Usually he wins. I think Hangman is hung in there as pun intended, I guess. Hangman is hung in there, but as well as about anybody in the back and forth with Max every single time they've crossed paths. And that, to me, I think it is that's what Hangman Page's character is all about. You think about the anxious millennial cowboy, all of that fit, he embodied that, right? He was drinking because he was nervous in his own shoes. The Hangman Page is one of the smartest, and Fernando here in the comments, he's an excellent storyteller. Yes. Like that's the way that I view it. I like Westerns in general, right? He's got a little bit of cowboy in him. You know, he's got a little bit of everyman in him. But this is a guy that was in education, as mentioned earlier, graduated from Virginia Tech. He's a family dude. He is super, super, super likable. And I think the no matter the results of this match at Revolution, there's something that we can work around here, and it'll be good for both. I don't think this is like the end game for Hangman, even if he takes this loss. DCX Warlord with an interesting prediction, though. He said Will 100% returns at Revolution. That's interesting. I mean, in what, 18 days? I'm not great at math. That's close. It's either 18 or 17. Someone can fact check me on that if you want to open the calendar app or something. But either way, I would love to see it. I'm going to be in attendance at Crypto, but I mean, what do you guys both think? Mary, I'll start with you. Do you think Will Ospreay back as soon as March 15th?
I don't think so. I think we'll get another nice tease. I think we'll get a really good, like, something different to his usual, like, return teasers that we've been seeing recently. Probably something a little bit more than that. Maybe he'll appear. Maybe as on backstage. But I don't see him like coming out to saving anybody. No, not at Revolution.
Yeah, I think it does seem a little too early too, but I got to get your thoughts.
No, I don't think so. And I think a guy like Will Ospreay is a guy you keep him off TV until an All In or an All Out, and you have your biggest star. You have one of your biggest stars return at one of your biggest events. That's when the most eyes are going to be there. That's when you're going to get your biggest pop. That's when it's the most special for him to come back.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that too. I think the only scenario I could see is if Max does stand tall and defeat Hangman, maybe you hit Will's entrance music and he walks up to the ramp, like the top of the ramp, and cuts a promo. That I could potentially see, but I do think it's still too early.
Yeah.
And I think it would overshadow what should be a definitive main event.
Fine.
Like, I don't think Max and Hangman should be something that needs a follow-up after the finish, right?
No.
You would assume whoever loses Texas Death, as soon as that bell rings, that's put the graphic on the screen, hold the title up, we're going, call it a night, right? That at least is the way that I picture it in my eyes, but you never know, it could go either way there. Let's keep it rolling on today's show, though, because I find this topic fascinating. I'm stoked about it because Swerve Strickland, I've been a gigantic fan of since, especially, he's joined AEW. This dude changed his entire career in AEW and became an absolute bona fide star. There's no doubt about it. Swerve's whose house? Swerve's house. Fan interaction and chant. Whose house? Ram's house, LA. Revolution last year, throughout the show, and he wasn't on the main event or anything else. First off, his t-shirts sold out before the first match on the card. And I got one in line. I got the last XL on the second concourse. Legitimately, Swerve in Los Angeles and Southern California on the West Coast is so over. After the show last year where we had Ospreay stand out, we had Tony Storm and Mariah May stand out, we had unbelievable matches. What were the fans leaving Crypto Arena chanting? Whose house? Swerve's house. And it's so true. You look at last night and the promo that he cut, the fans and everything. Wait till he gets to the West Coast. I am super intrigued on how they navigate Swerve Strickland in Los Angeles. And I'm going to ask you first, Aunt you, because I thought the promo last night, excellent. And you just can't deny how infectious Swerve is, right?
You can't deny how real Swerve is. And that's the beauty of it, because Swerve Strickland is just a real guy who comes out, doesn't cut corners, talks to you the way he talks to anyone, and you get that one. He's not a character at this point. He is being himself. He's talking like himself would talk. He is getting over the way he would. He's rapping his own song when he comes out, and that's just real. And fans can resonate with that. And Swerve taking out Kenny Omega is huge, and Swerve not getting booed for taking out Kenny Omega is huge. Swerve going up against Will Ospreay and fans getting behind Swerve Strickland wrestling Will Ospreay is huge. Swerve winning the AEW championship. Fans booing during the playing of the final countdown after Daniel Bryan beat Swerve Strickland. And it wasn't a lot of fans booing, but there were fans booing when Swerve lost to Daniel Bryan.
That's crazy to think. Well, and also from the same home state of Washington, right? And to your point, it's crazy to think that happened.
But real recognize real. And when you're a real person and you're coming out and the fans just resonate with you and you're fun and you're just being yourself and you get over. And that's what it's all about. It's about getting over and connecting with the fans.
Yes.
And that's what Swerve Strickland has done more than anything else. And it's in just sitting there looking them dead in the eyes, and just the little ad-libs, like when the guy screamed, I can't remember what the guy screamed out from the during his promo last night, and he was like, "Your mama," and just things like
so
that.
Good.
That was good.
But it was just
so golden.
Didn't think about it like that. Just your mama.
I think he cursed. Otherwise, I would repeat what he yelled.
Right.
But at the same time,
Well, I mean, that's why I was saying I don't remember what he said.
Exactly. Yeah, I can't remember.
Play along with me here.
No, I was like, I was just saying, I was like, well, I was almost like, I almost just said, I was like, oh, I remember it. And almost just said it. That's why I said it.
What? But, you know, and it's just like him sitting there and he's just like, you know, I think you guys forgot, you know, just going back to 2 years ago, I think you guys forgot who the most dangerous man in AEW was.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a few comments I want to run through here too. We got Sonny Marks with MJF's title reign. It's going to be the greatest title reign ever. That's, I like. Too many baby faces, not enough top heels. Swerve needs to turn heel again. Hard to do, but if anyone can, he can. And then Swerve versus Daniel Bryan was the greatest match in AEW history. Ooh, that's a conversation for another day. But he said, Can he evolve? I think, yeah, Swerve's proven that he can evolve, right? He's already kind of done it. And here's what I would say. I would almost prefer actually to see the cleaner. I'd like to see Kenny bring the broom out if anyone's going to turn heel, because sometimes in AEW, the crowd decides the future direction. But Mary, that's what I want to ask you really quick before we go to the next topic. Like, would you prefer Swerve or Kenny to turn heel based on what is obviously going to be a huge showdown once again?
There's only one individual that could pull it off, and that's Swerve. From what we've seen Swerve be with like his iconic feud with Hangman, he can be a true villain if he absolutely just locked in and destroyed everyone. He's probably gonna destroy someone else pretty soon. Who? I don't know. But it's not gonna be his only casualty. But if they do run it back one more time, maybe Revolution, some stipulation of some aspect.
I'm pretty sure he already called out who he's going to destroy next. And it's going to test the boundaries of how much the fans love him, because it's going to be Brody.
Yeah.
He called out Brody. Brody called him back out, and that's what it's going to be. And it's going to be amazing.
And that is going to be even more interesting, because in LA, guess who else is from? I mean, Brody's from LA. Yeah. And you have Swerve. That I wanted to cover that too. I'm glad you brought that up, Ant, because Brody King in Los Angeles is beloved. But I don't know the way the reaction was for Swerve last year. If that crowd isn't chanting Whose House because it's fun to chant. Right? Also, great call here. Monster shout out. Bandito Andrade. That's going to be a banger. Sign me up. No doubt about that one. Let's keep it rolling, though, because the Babes of Wrath once again retained the titles against Megabad. Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. Unfortunately, as good as the team's been, they lose this one. I thought that they looked incredible on Collision. I thought actually this might be the time to take the titles off Babes of Wrath, but I love Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron. It's like nearly impossible not to like. They're so freaking like, speaking of baby faces, like we were talking about that earlier, they're so likable. You really can't make it up. It's just fun as could be. Mary, I want your thoughts on the match, because I enjoyed it and the rivalry, but do you see somebody as like the next challenger for the Babes of Wrath?
I mean, from what we saw last night, well wishes to Penelope Ford. It looked like she did injure herself again, even though she just came back, man. No. But I don't think that would be it for Megan Bayne in the tag team division, especially since Lena Cross has kind of stepped her foot back in the mix to be all elite. So if Megan Bayne's still in the tag team title picture, she and Lena Cross, I feel, could come up with kind of a backup plan due to the unfortunate events. Or if we want to get a little creative, maybe we can get a little inspired. Maybe we can get a little bit of the inspiration. Maybe, no.
I really like the idea of the inspiration. I think that's a great call. I see you nodding your head there, Aunt. You.
Oh, yeah.
What are your thoughts on the idea of the inspiration?
So I believe the inspiration versus the Babes of Wrath would be really great. I mean, I just want to see it. I don't even want to talk about it. I just want to see it. But I thought the match last night was just a precursor to Willow Nightingale versus Megan Bayne for the TBS championship. And I feel like that's what they're setting up.
I think that is what sort of has to happen, and that absolutely sets up here. We've got Say in the comments with, please put the TBS title on Megan. This is the time to establish her as the most dominant female heel in wrestling. I would adore that myself. Sonny Marks is tired of Babes of Wrath. He wants a serious team to win now, not a comedy team anymore. The one thing I would say about this, Willow Nightingale is so legit bell to bell. I don't actually view them as a full-blown comedy team. Yes, they have like that adorable Care Bears type vibe. What I would actually love to see is a Harley Cameron promo battle with whoever it is next, whether it's the Inspiration on the microphone, because I think Harley can go on the mic as well as basically anybody at the end of the day. And then, Megan Bayne and Willow, that's enticing too. I'm not going to argue with that one in the least. That makes nearly perfect sense if we're discussing it. Bane versus, you have villain versus hero in that one. It just adds up in general.
Unfortunately, I could also, I hate to say it, but I could see Statlander coming after the TBS championship also.
Stat back in the TBS title picture would be interesting.
Heel Stat Daddy, I'm in.
Yeah.
Heel Stat is a good call there. I mean, there's a lot of interesting. It's funny because both companies sort of over the last year have featured the women's tag titles in a way that haven't been in so long. And we forget that Mercedes Moné and Naomi walked out of WWE and put those titles down on a desk and left. I would actually like to see Moné make a tag run here, a little tongue in cheek. We see that pretty often between both companies where it's a little like, hey, watch this. Right. And in a perfect world, if it was possible, I'm just spitballing here, but at the end of the day, if it was possible, what if we got the Boss and Hug connection one more time? And if Bailey was available, Bailey and Mercedes chasing down the tag titles in AEW, I think that would be as good of a story as you can ask for in all of wrestling. I would love that. Bailey to me is in. We do, Heaven, Hell, and Purgatory on Sundays often. Bailey's been in wrestling purgatory since they started Damage Control.
Yeah,
and it's so bogus. Like,
it's the most disrespectful thing in the world, because I've always said that Bailey is the best all around of the four horsewomen. Like, if you're talking about promo work, in-ring work, out-of-ring work, like, she is the best all around out of all of them.
Most versatile, all of the above. Like, I'm so with you. It makes ding dong hello, right? Like, let's let this woman work then. Let's either book her on WWE TV or let her go to AEW and be the star that she is, because we all know it. I can't fathom booking Bailey as she's been booked over the last. No WrestleMania match last year, and probably not this year. What are we doing? What's the point? I don't get it. And Bailey deserves better, at least in my eyes. Man, are you in the same boat on that?
100, 1,000, 1,000,000.2%. Yes. Give her the moment or let her go somewhere else where she could shine. It's just really that straightforward.
Yeah.
Boston Hug.
It's brutal. It's brutal. It's brutal. Okay. Let's move on, though, to our main event of the evening, my friends, because this one's going to be funky. I love the billing of Mile High Madness. You're in Denver. It's a better wrestling town than anyone gives it credit for. Obviously they played into that too in the execution of this match. You've got FTR teaming with the Demand, taking on the Elite and the Rascals. I mean, the Rascals in AEW is like a glove. Am I wrong on that? Am I the only one that thinks that the Rascals in AEW just fits like an absolute glove? This match was so much fun. This was so AEW. It was so different. You don't get it all the time on TV. I understand there might be some criticism about just how much happened and whatnot. I enjoyed every second of this, though, Mary. I want to get your thoughts on it. Mile High
Same.
Madness. How did you feel about it?
I mean, I just loved how, for what was overall going on, how amazing and beautiful that they showcased everything that was going on. From Stokely being at the top of the stairs to almost getting yeeted off by one of the Young Bucks to have Cash come and save the day. I mean, there were so many just OMG, like, God, they're going mad. They're literally going mad. But as for the match, I loved it. The music in the background, everybody just, shaking their hands. It's truly a Mile High Madness, but we loved it. It's not madness where we don't love it. It's madness.
It cracked me up because my initial thought was like March Madness. I'm like, it's still February, but I love this. Just the billing was so much fun. And on top of that, the Young Bucks, I think, don't get enough credit just for actually how good they are.
Yeah.
Like the Young Bucks, they're sarcastically good. If that makes sense, right? Ant, talk to me about this one, man, because look, it's these multi-people matches in AEW can get out of hand at times. I adore them though. When you have this much talent opposite each other, I really enjoyed this. What were your thoughts?
AEW does multi-team matches together. I felt like this was like a mini Anarchy in the Arena match. It was fun and it was all over the place. Like AEW does such a great job in building spot after spot and just putting them in a way to where you just have multiple gasps during the course of the match, right? Like it's like, what just happened over there? And oh man, like they're doing something here, and there goes Desmond Xavier flipping off the top rope, and the Young Bucks just hit their finishing move in the ring, and it's just everything is going on, and there's no time to breathe, and it's just a great way to close out the show. So I am a big fan of these matches. I love the fact that they continue to have them, and the way they put them on are really good. So
I love the comparison to Anarchy. I dig it too. It was a really fun way to have the main event in Denver, no less. And I think it's hilarious too. The Rascals are a big deal, right? And it was a big deal when they signed. Obviously, you had the weird Trey Miguel sort of controversy at first and whatnot, but the Rascals are operating as the Rascals. I mean, like, part of me, I'm laughing. Pedro had a comment here. I'm not going to read it all the way. I'm sorry, Pedro. But I laughed because I'm like, listen, in Denver, yes, culturally speaking there, yeah, it might have made a little bit of sense. I'm with you on that. Smoke them if you got them. It's almost like the Rascals went to Tony Khan and they're like, listen, remember when Wiz Khalifa got huge? We're thinking about doing the same thing. Oh, where did Mary go? We will see her back shortly, hopefully.
Remember when Travis Scott showed up with Jey Uso? Like,
yeah,
we can do something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? The best was like, remember the Triple H doing like, thankfully you didn't actually do it. No, we did not see that, Donnie. No, that's actually. Did you guys see Darby Allin going on an interview for the leader?
It was my cousin.
Yeah, that was definitely. Hey, Mary's back.
Mary's back.
Guess who's back?
Who's back?
Mary's back
again.
Yeah.
Spectrum gonna.
So you didn't miss. You didn't miss much. Spectrum gonna catch these hands. Somebody put that.
Donnie, if you happen to have the name of the Uber driver, let me know, because I'll go ahead and I'll send them an extra tip just for being Darby Allin.
You're gonna rate him 5 stars.
I was gonna rate, yeah.
You could go full Melter if there was a 6th star. You can hand that one out. That is one of the funniest things I've heard in a while. There's no debate about that one. I will say with this whole Mile High Madness thing, I mean, it's funny. As long as we've had the Bucks and FTR, I thought that would be more like for AEW, and I'm not saying direct comparison, but like a little bit like modern day Hardy's Dudleys.
Mhm.
Like we would see it often, but more calculated. Let's get to like a big payoff with those four. I think as much as they've crossed paths now of late, Super Kick Party, FTR, the stylistic matchup, all of that. I think it's the real matchup that we need. What are you laughing at?
I'm mad Ricochet took the pin last night. I'm so
not.
mad. I'm so
I'm
mad
not.
Ricochet is doing his best work right now. Just the
It's so good. It's so good.
so
Pretty
great.
good.
Well, now, by the way, Jungle Man, Jack Perry, and Ricochet, it could be a really fun match, and I didn't hate the finish. Although, is all of a sudden now the V trigger also a Jack Perry thing? Like, I don't know, Mary. What did you think about that? Like, right?
I thought that was a little okay. I had me interested.
It was Kenny adjacent.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Okay, I see you.
By the way, you know Donnie is not a huge Ricochet fan when he's calling him Trevor.
Right?
Okay, put the government name
Also, shout
away,
out Donnie. It's all love, but that cracked me up.
It's all love, Donnie.
Sorry, that one actually tickled me. Yeah, no, fair. I'll give you that one for
The
sure.
government name I'm thinking about.
I mean, yeah, the matchup was hectic in general. All of that. We've got a lot going on headed into Revolution. I think the most interesting part about Revolution to me is this going to be another 10-match card? Are we talking about a 5-hour pay-per-view? Because I'm starting to look at it from top to bottom. I want to ask you both. Is there a match you're looking forward to? Is there a match you think they've missed? I'll start with you on this one, Ant.
I don't know. Can they just add a couple matches in the middle to where I can take a nap? Like, I'm old. I need that. I just need a couple matches in the middle that I
And
don't
you
care
said
about
I need a
where I
back.
can take a nap. Like,
Yeah.
loaded at the beginning so I can start watching and get super into it and hype, and I can get my nap and my pudding, and then I can watch it at the end. Because like the 5-hour pay-per-view, like they're tough, man. Yeah, but other than that, man, that's my only gripe. That's my only gripe. I don't want to be up at 2:00. I don't go to the clubs anymore because I don't want to be out at 2:00 in the morning doing unnecessary stuff. I don't want to be up at 1:00, 2:00 in the morning.
It's like if I can book a massage hour 2. That'd be ideal, Tony.
Okay.
Okay, appreciate it.
Mary, what's your opinion? Is there a match in particular you're looking forward to most?
I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest. It's really the main event for me, and I would say Mox and Takeshita. That's also like an underrated match. We haven't really kind of, dabbed our fingers into. I hope that match of the night.
Mox Takeshita could steal the show. That's actually a great shout. I didn't even consider that. That is a good one.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it's funny. Takeshita's place in AEW is interesting to me because every single time he does something, it's always like, well, wait, he can be even bigger and better, right? Like he just continues to climb the ladder in a way. World title picture, I think we're going to get to a point where it's like, it's either now or never with Takeshita. And I think that's coming in the next couple of years, like sooner than we realize even.
Same with Okada too.
Okada, well,
Yeah.
but the age difference is the thing, right? 2 there, but Okada, to your point, never challenged for that AEW world title. I mean, Okada Kenny world title match would be out of this world. Okada Ospreay, come on, stop it. Like,
Take my money.
To
Yeah,
truly answer your question, Clark, like, yeah, the main event's going to be great. And like I said earlier, if we can get Swerve versus Brody Lee, I feel like that match would will definitely be match of the night. It'll be just super hard hitting.
Oh yeah.
And really good. So that's the match I hope we get that hasn't been announced yet.
No doubt about it. With that, though, that is going to bring us to the end of today's show. Thank you, everybody that tuned in. As always, we'll be back same time, same place tomorrow. That's noon Pacific, 3 o'clock over on the East Coast, 8 o'clock in the UK, and 9 a.m. for my good friends in Hawaii. On behalf of me, Clark Taylor, Aunt You, and Mary, and everybody at WR, have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy Elimination Chamber. Enjoy all this good wrestling. And we will talk to you soon.